If you are not currently recruiting internationally, you are already behind. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through the exact strategies and tactics that I use to go from 30 people in office in Salt Lake to having a global team of 80 employees in 12 different countries, and how you can do the same. I'm Cort Brady. I started a company, grew it from zero to what I call founder purgatory, where my company ran me and I was miserable. I had a breakthrough, scaled it to over 80 employees, put a world-class team in place to run it, and now I help other founders scale their companies. So let's break down the myths holding most founders back from building a global team and lay out the only 3 strategies you need to execute. The thing that holds most founders back isn't process, it's belief. I used to believe my company could only be successful if we were all in person. I had a 30-person team in Salt Lake, in office, where everyone came in every day. Then COVID hit and one of our team members tested positive. We literally had no choice. We had to go work remote. I thought the company was going to fall apart. I was totally wrong. We had to make a couple of tweaks, but for the most part, everything ran exactly as it did in office. So that shattered my first belief, which was in office meant better work and higher output. It wasn't true, it was just comfortable. Then came my second false belief. That shift alone 50x'd our recruiting pool. We went from only being able to recruit in Utah to being able to recruit in all 50 states in the US. Then came the second false belief. Only US-based employees can do US level work. I quickly came to find out that talent is distributed evenly, opportunity is not. One of our best employees working with us in Salt Lake was originally from Brazil. He and his wife wanted to move back home, but I couldn't lose him. He was too good. So we figured out how to make it work. Come to find out, in office in Utah, or at home in Utah, or at home in Brazil was all the same. 6 months later, he referred another friend, also a Brazilian, also in Sao Paulo, who had lived in the US for school, spoke great English, had moved back to Brazil, and was now looking for a job. We decided to give him a chance. 3 weeks later, we were hooked. Today we have 80 employees. 65 of them are international. They speak perfect English, they understand American culture, and they're driven to be successful. We pay them 20 to 200% more than what they would earn locally, and it still saves us 30 to 60% of what we'd have to pay our people here. So everyone wins. We have people in sales, operations, finance, HR, software development, whatever the role is, if it can be done remotely, we hire globally. So now that we've crushed a few of those false beliefs, let's dive into the strategies. Strategy number 1 is start small. Don't hire a director level when you make your first international hire. That first hire needs to be in a role that's low complexity, high documentation, and high repeatability. That first win is going to give you confidence to hire for more dynamic roles. Strategy number 2, most people don't know where to start, so here's the 2 places. First, tap your network. Almost everyone knows somebody that worked or lived internationally, so ask them who they know that would be a great first fit. If that doesn't work, you reach out to your network and it's dry, then use an international recruiting firm. I'm almost always against using a recruiter in the US because it's so incredibly expensive to give 20% of the first year of salary. But when you're hiring somebody at 60% of the cost, you still have this massive margin to be able to pay that 20% recruiting fee. And the best recruiting companies are not only gonna find you great candidates, they're gonna handle all of the documentation, all of the paperwork, and all of the payment so that you just get an invoice in US dollars and it shows up on a line item on your P&L. Strategy number 3, and this is what most people miss, treat them like part of your core team. Your culture does not stop at the border. We get this question all the time. How do you build a great culture when your team is global? And the answer is simple. You just do it by being intentional. So we send our swag overseas, we celebrate their holidays, and we promote the very best person, regardless of where they live, into leadership positions. So to recap, here's how you go global without stress. First is start small. Hire for an administrative assistant or a bookkeeper. Second is tap your network. If it's dry, use an international recruiting company. And third is to treat your global team like your core team, because they are. If you're not hiring internationally, somebody else is. They're doing the same work you are at half the cost and building a team of people that will stick around forever. If you want to dig deeper, have further questions into how to build an international team, drop a comment below and we'll reach out.